like to give us a recap of our previous session here in the Dale?
I can do it in the form of a list.
Does that list include music?
As
Uh,
one day it should happen that a victim must be found, I've got a little list, I've got a little list of society's offenders who might well be underground and who never would be missed. No, they never would be missed.
Give me one moment.
Wow.
That was actually
I had
impressive.
okay.
I just
That was
switched
not the
City
direction
there.
I was thinking of.
volume mixer and
Oh,
table input. Now there should be music from the music bot.
oh goodness! If Gaiman would have found some way to do that in character, I would have had to give them one of my inspirations. That was. All right, but yeah.
We have to give him
so-
some hack crystal for that to happen.
So last time on Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden, we had arrived in Bryn Shander and completed a quest to turn in some Chowingas. We then gained we went around and gained a lot of knowledge. Basically, we learned of many different things that we can be doing, and I believe the best way to go over this, looking at the map that has been dated with many quests. First and foremost, which most of the people in our party wanted to go after, is the Ice Knife Killer. We have learned that the Ice Knife Killer might be being hired, or possibly they are acting just on their own, but it sounds like they're an assassin for hire, just based on the current information that we have, which is not that strong. But it's possible that the victims of the Ice Knife Killer are being targeted because they are paying bribes to local officials to keep their names out of the lottery for being sacrificed to Auril. We do know that Torg's Traveling Market is in town when these assassinations occur. Basically, there's a drawing. The next time Torg's Traveling Market's in town, assassinations. So we're going to Targos on our way to the Traveling Market to see if we can scrounge up any extra information about that. See if the Targos victim, which I have their name here, the Targos victim, Valdemiro Crowtrap, possibly was also involved in this, giving money to get their names out of the lottery. We want to investigate that, see if we can find out any more information before we finish traveling to Torg's. And it kind of sounds like our main suspect at this point is, well, I don't want to talk about that too much, because I have my own feelings about it. But we have a main suspect that's in Torg's Traveling Market. We also found out about a few other things. We'll just go, I think, right to left. We know about Lotus's ship, somewhere over here. We know about some Black Ice Castle followers, somewhere over here. Gaiman might know something about that since he is from one of these cares. He's from around this area, so they might know something. They haven't mentioned it yet, though. Torg's Traveling Market is currently in Lonelywood. That is our current sort of final destination. In between those, there's a lost shipment of iron ingots somewhere in this Dwarven Valley area. They were traveling from Kelvinskarn to Brynchander and decided to not stay on the path, and they were attacked by a Yeti. And somewhere in here is a lost shipment of iron ingots. There's also, in Bremen, a lake monster. Mir Dwalden is all over all of these cities, but for some reason, only Bremen seems to be having trouble with it. So that's a possible side quest. Down south, towards Redwater, there are ice toads. Copper has offered us some gold to capture some ice toads, alive or dead, if they end up being too much trouble. Let's see.
It should be mentioned he's offered you a premium if you can capture the Ice Toad King.
Yes. I was looking to see where their full name was. It's Copper, like Knobber Knocker, or Knocker Knobber, one of those two. So we got some Ice Toad options. However, the king of the Ice Toads is on par with a dragon, so maybe we don't want to do that yet. Also next to the Ice Toads, here in Dugan's Hole, they are being harassed by winter wolves, which are like wolves, but like giant wolves, but worse than giant wolves. So, yeah. And basically, we spent all that time just finding out, last session was just finding out all of this information that we were able to fill out the map with.
That is a great recap. Thank you very much, and please take your point of DM inspiration. You might end up needing it this session. Now, we have a factspiration question, everyone, and it seemed like, as I asked it, that it might be a sad boy question. And it was a sad boy question last night when I asked it in my Thursday night crew. Describe one of your childhood friends. And I would love it if we could start with Gaiman the Glaive. Tell us about one of your childhood friends, Gaiman.
Well, I didn't have any really close friends growing up. Being part of, sort of the leadership, like my dad's dad was like running the herd, whatnot. But yeah, I always liked to think that there was like a magical bunny rabbit that was my friend, Mr. Fluffernutters, and he went with me, and he would, cheer me on when I was playing goat bowl, things like that. For fishing with me.
Mr. Fluffernutters. Okay, I like it. I wonder if Mr. Fluffernutters is still out there fluffing and nutting as we speak.
No, he's a decent fellow. He is not just out there nutting. You keep his name out your mouth.
Oh my gosh, Gaiman's in my room. Oh my gosh, he just slapped me. Keep my rabbit's name out your goddamn mouth. Okay, I love it.
And pay your taxes and, whatnot.
I will do so.
I mean, that's what Eddie Murphy says.
Don't be like Wesley Snipes and go to jail for tax evasion. You have earned yourself a expiration point. Bouncing to Akia 13. Tell us about one of your childhood friends.
So Akia 13, they had siblings. Not sure that they count so much. I guess I'll ask this: do you want to count as siblings? Because it'll get real interesting real fast if you don't count as siblings.
I would say that your sibling can be your friend. but your sibling can also not be your friend. So I will say this is entirely up to Akia which of their siblings were their friends or not.
Okay. You know what? I think I'll leave that one for later, and I'll answer it not counting siblings.
Okay.
I think that I think the White Lotus is Akia's first childhood friend.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Wait. How old is Akia 13 then? If White Lotus is a childhood friend.
You just get interesting.
I'm only 3.5 years old.
Well, you have had context clues, and they just went over your head. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it.
Nothing goes over my head. Too fast.
Yeah, Akia's actually told you exactly how old they are. And you missed it. It was in character. I'll go ahead and throw this out. Kia's never seen the sun. You remember that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man.
Interesting.
This boy really young.
Yeah, Akia's 2 years old. They've never seen the sun, and the sun's been gone for 2 years.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, you could have just said you could just remind us of that. You didn't have to like spell it out, but yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, here's your point of factspiration, as we have learned that Lotus is your new childhood friend. And because Akia mentioned the White Lotus, I think that it would be appropriate for Lotus to tell us about your childhood friend.
As much as I would like to say Akia is, because of all that, because that is just so sweet and so cute, I would say that Lotus's childhood friend is definitely someone back from her home planet, from her home city of Baltimore. You know, growing up in a not so great neighborhood, good friends were hard to find, and she grew up with her next door neighbor in the same apartment building, human girl by the name of Diamante, who also taught her about how to play baseball, and that's how they bonded over the years.
Oh. That 10 Towns Baseball League. It's a good idea. We need to have
So, which version of Earth is White Lotus from? Like which version of Earth has Dragonborn in it? Is that Earth like 6, 5, 12, 13 or something?
Something like that, I guess.
I love that. It's a better Earth, an Earth that we should all strive for. Here is your factspiration point. Alicia, could you tell us about one of your childhood friends?
They grew up in an abbey in Baldur's Gate, so not a whole lot of friend making, so to speak, but at least one of the people that they would like to consider a friend of theirs is a dwarf by the name of Seldrin Hardreach, a fellow acolyte who they kind of bonded over studying and stuff like that. So Alicia is curious as to what they are up to now.
But they're hard to get a hold of. They haven't caught up in some time.
Mm-hmm. They're hard to reach.
Baldur's
no.
Gate's very far away.
But no, that wasn't
And-
supposed to be part of the joke, but it is now.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Well, we are all factspiration charged. We all have our DM inspirations. I need to take you guys to the map. As I'm pulling us to the map here, I can run Raylan for us, so you guys can focus on playing your hearts out. Now let's look here at the round 2 tracker. Oh, I'll just turn up the chase music just a little bit. Everyone, it looks like the mimic is highlighted, so it looks like they're about to take their turn. Is that what we all remember, everyone?
Sounds about right.
Sounds about right? Okay, perfect.
I would like to say it's not.
Well, I mean, we have the option to steal.
I think they
don't
were
I have anything to steal, unfortunately.
damaged, and I think they were damaged in the end of last round,
Yeah.
and they were stealing.
Yes, if I recall, I had a twin-spelled firebolt at it, so it decided to steal.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the mimic is highlighted. It is looking around for potential targets to put back into its wagon-like body, to start rolling around. So many targets. So it is going to start from the top and work down. So it targets Gaiman. And
It already knows how tasty gaming is.
It's tasted its Goliath flesh, and it would like some more.
Well, that's
my
not good.
God. So yeah, it reaches out with its pseudopod and slaps you for...
I'm going to reaction Stone's Endurance. If I can?
Yeah, it's hard to remember if you've got a reaction.
Yeah. I
I will
can't
say...
remember.
I will say that
I
because...
probably don't.
Okay. Yeah, if you don't think you have it, I will do a better
I can't
job
be
everyone,
sure.
of marking off your reactions, because I have my little convenient effects open here. So it smacks you with its pseudopod. It's a powerful slap, but it is all bludgeoning damage, so you would reduce it by half.
How you looking, Gaiman?
Rough.
So it smacks you. It chuckles in its deep, mimic-like voice, and then Gaiman, would you like to steal?
Do they move? Do they try and move out of the fire? They do. They are sitting on a fire. You
Oh,
can't.
man.
You might not be able to see it right now.
I can't because of how big this thing is. Is there a...
Oh, I see. I barely saw it.
There's a bonfire right in the middle.
Yeah.
I don't think it could. It can move. You guys have it blocked on all sides. But it is 2 sizes larger. It will not move. Gaiman, you can steal. So it needs to make.
I'm stealing. I'm gonna recklessly assault the shit out of it. Come on, Lucy, let's fuck him up.
A 17 definitely hits the ritzy mimic.
I would like to try and fish for a crit, though, so let me do that again. Because it's not rolling with advantage, right? There we go! So we'll call that, what, a 12?
You smack the creature. It the axe buries deep inside of its flesh, and it wiggles in pain from the mighty blow.
Now, question. Oh, there it is. It says right next to the potion of healing. It's a bonus action. So, bonus action, I would like to drink my potion of healing.
Definitely for that 2d12 plus 2.
Well, that was a little underwhelming.
Okay, I mean, you have smacked the mimic for a huge hit. Who do you pass to?
I'm going to pass to Kia, and Gaiman is still kind of addled about the whole thing and coming down from drugs. He's just like, burn it with fire.
All right. Well, that is happening. So, all right, Akia's turn. So this is a first-time thing. So I'll try and describe it. Their gauntlets once had these canisters on them and these lights blinking red and green. The canisters fall out, the blinking stops, and where you saw the blinking coming from now fills with a dark winter clouds, and you hear a thunder as he tries to punch this thing. But fails terribly.
Oof. Yes, Nat 1 misses the creature.
Alright, bonus action will reactivate defensive field and pass to Alicia.
Hey, Alicia, as it's getting past you, the creature opens its mouth and it shoots out a burst of poisoned gas. Oh yeah, because Gaiman is enlarged.
Oh, yeah, and I do an extra d4 damage, so let me toss that out there. Totally forgot about that. So that's another 6 damage that Gaiman did.
Absolutely. And Akia, the creature blasted you with its poison breath. I'm going to need a con save.
Oh, that was me. Okay.
Okay, you're good. Alicia, you see this creature is taking some big hits, but it's trying to eke out a victory.
Cool. Yeah, at least it doesn't like being next to this thing. Definitely is going to action disengage, and it's going to run this way. And then bonus action is going to spend another second level spell slot for spiritual weapon. Ooh, do absolutely nothing with it. But we'll summon it like right here. Actually, I should think about what that thing's gonna look like. But yeah.
I was going to ask, I've got my JB2A animation actors pulled up here.
Probably looks like a mace that kind of has like a sunburst for the head.
Okay. Would you think it's more yellow, red, purple, orange, blue, or green?
Yellow like the sun.
And I'm going to blow this thing up just a little bit bigger so we can see it. There we go.
Okay. And do I have control of this thing, or?
And I will... You should be able to move it around now.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Summons it right there, takes a whack, horribly misses, slams it to the ground. That is it for their action economy. We'll pass it to Lotus.
Lotus, this creature has 2 Paragon actions left. It is going to spend its second. It looks out at Raylan. It's going to target Raylan, and it is going to attempt a strength check to grapple her with its tongue. Oh, I think I may have rolled a save. It's the same modifier either way, so that's a 16. And Raylan, they are not trained in athletics or acrobatics, so they will do acrobatics. Hey Lotus, you see that Raylan has been grappled by this creature.
Alright, yeah, seeing Raylan get grappled and Gaiman take some nasty damage from the thing, she's going to want to pull out the big guns here. So she once again takes her pitcher's stance, use her tail to clear out the snow from around her. As she does, you see the arcane energy glowing in her palm, and as she does, you see her eyes light up bright purple. And as she calls for a curveball, I'm going to go ahead and use that to cast Magic Missile. I'm going to cast it up to 2nd level.
That is... Oh, 2nd level?
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and roll an extra one here.
No problem.
D4 plus 1. Alright, so 5, 10, 14, total of 16 force damage.
Oh yeah, let me take that last one off here. And I need to drag a Magic Missile 2nd level onto your character sheet so it pops out another one. So yeah, you boom, 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 hit it with those 4 missiles, and its body begins to violently shake like you just hit a Jello jiggler.
Right. And as the spell dissipates, her eyes return to normal, and let's see here. I'll hang here for now, and I will go ahead and pass to Raylan.
Hey, as you're passing to Raylan, the creature will go ahead and spend its final Paragon action. Now, this creature is a grappler, so it is going to attempt to do a bite on Raylan. Oh, it can make one more bite. Oh my gosh, so many nat 1s. So yes, because it has her grappled, it hits Raylan for 18 points of damage. Oof. Okay. Raylan will go. She says, "This is quite unsavory." Let's see. Oh man. This is a tight spot. She will go ahead and use her bonus action and put on the Hexblade's Curse on this creature. And she's gonna stab it. Okay, and she does 8 points of damage to the Mimic. And that's all she's got because she's grappled. Alright, so going into round 3, the Mimic was just damaged, so it can steal. Is anyone going to inspiration to steal from the Mimic?
You know what? I've got inspiration. I'll go ahead and grab it.
Okay.
Alright. So, wind up, and I want to keep that 2nd level spell slot available. So I will go ahead and throw Magic Missile, but do it at 1st level this time. So that'll be a total of 11 force damage.
There we go. And finally, boom. Perfect.
If I can use forced movement on the... Wait. Maybe never mind. If I can cause the mimic to force move, would it just drag Ray, or would Ray be freed?
So, how that would work, it's kind of funky. You would need to force move the mimic out of its reach of Raylan.
Okay. I will steal.
Okay, using your inspiration.
Yes. And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm going to attempt to do that by dropping a thunder wave on it. And if it fails, it'll be pushed 10 feet this away.
Okay, here comes its Constitution save. Okay.
Okay, I think it just takes half.
Right. But there is a thunderous boom that can be heard up to 300 feet away. You guys see snow falling off the trees, shaking off the branches. There is kind of a crack as it happens.
We're not by any mountains right now, are we?
I don't think so.
You are far away from several mountains.
Okay, good.
If you were near Caer Konig and Caer Denival, you would be right up to them. But right now you are in a lowland near a forest.
Good, because I was like, oh shit, avalanche.
Yeah, I guess I'm done. That's all I got. It failed.
Hey, the Ritzy
Sorry, Ray,
mimic
you're dead.
is gonna steal. Hey, the Ritzy Mimic. It's got Raylan grappled with one of its pseudopods, but this Akia creature just ran up and boom, used thunder on it. So it is going to pseudopod Akia.
17 does not hit. Backhand it with my shield.
Oh, there we go. At the start of its turn, it regains its Paragon actions back. And...
Do you then reply, I can do this all day?
Nope.
Okay, so that was the creature. And I'm just going to get rid of that Thunder Wave real quick.
Already did.
Thank you. I will pass to Alicia.
If the creature would, needs to make a dexterity saving throw because it's still in fire.
Oh, that's true. Here we go. It is very dexy. That's what you've noticed so far about this creature. Oh, sorry. It would have rolled a 2. 2 plus 6, so it only got an 8. Oh, so it takes 7 fire. Oof. Yeah, that hurts. The creature is bloodied.
Okay. Thing still has Raylan grappled.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I don't have anything. Just gonna try and burst this thing down. What I got for right now. I'm gonna need it to make another dex save as a Sacred Flame comes its way.
Oh my gosh, full max damage Sacred Flame. Let's see here.
Makes it.
Yeah, this is a slippery bugger.
Alright, takes no damage from that. Spell slot, out. Oh my gosh, what's these rolls?
A 9 is pretty close.
Yeah, no.
You got Faxpiration too.
I do. That's what, a D6?
Yes.
Alright. All right,
A
13.
13 is a hit.
Takes 4 force damage. Delete that from my key. I would pass to, I guess, Raylan to get out of there, but it's probably gonna steal.
It's going to use its Paragon action because it's already gone this round. But its Paragon action is going to be to move because it didn't move on its turn. So it goes here. It goes here, and then it goes here, dragging Raylan with it. It did move out of Gaiman and Akia's threatened range.
I want to opportunity attack.
Oh, my fire is gone. Here, I'll just put down another one real quick.
So,
I
question.
will also opportunity attack.
So, because I called reckless on my initial attack, all subsequent attacks are reckless, right? Even a reaction attack?
I think it's only on your turn, if I recall.
Yeah, if you this
It
has
should
gotten
say in the thing.
I'm gonna look at it right now.
your DM into trouble because he may have accidentally killed a player character. When you make your first attack on your turn, you can decide to attack recklessly. Doing so gives you advantage on melee attack rolls.
Yeah, it's during this turn, so if this is outside of my turn.
But a 16 does hit.
All right.
So you would have dealt 16 slashing damage to the creature as it ran away.
Oops. Okay. I was trying to see what made up the 16. Because my D4 isn't in there, is it?
No, it's not.
no.
Go give me that D4. I will have to code in enlarge to be what it should be.
I mean, it's fine. It's just I totally blanked on that. All right, so another 2 damage.
Perfect. Yeah, Alicia, you see this creature is brom, 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 heading towards you.
And then Thunder Gauntlets, 20 for 6.
That hit, and then it's Raylan's turn. Raylan is wiggling around. She's like, "Ugh, let me go, creature!" And she stabs at it with her long sword. Oh. That's a good hit.
Oh my, that is a unfortunate critical.
And it does an extra 2 because of Hexblade's curse, so a total of 8 damage. And they don't have a bonus action, or yes, they do. As after they stab the creature, they whoop, and then drink down a potion of healing.
Actually, I think I'll
out of bloodied.
I think I will drop concentration on the fire, actually. I don't think it helps us at all. I think it just gets in Gaiman's way.
Mm-hmm. So that's Raylan's turn, and then she will try to pass to Gaiman. The creature, the mimic, will then look at your guys' priest, Alicia, and go for a bite.
Sir, absolutely not. I use my reaction for warding flare. Make that a disadvantage, sir.
Okay, here we go. Here is another bite for you.
Oh, come on. Well, Alicia goes... We're taking, what, the first damage or the second one?
You drop to 0 either way.
I think so, yeah.
It would be the first damage. The first damage.
Yeah, drop.
But your spiritual weapon is still up, because it's not concentration.
Yeah, but blessed is. So, that goes. You guys are no longer blessed.
You hear Raylan say, "No, not my hashtag bless."
Gaiman, maybe you should get Ray out of there, and I'll get Alicia.
All right. Are you passing to me?
And then it's Gaiman. as Alicia is down on the ground unconscious, and the creature is like wiggling Raylan over its head with its pseudopod.
That's just fucking disgusting. And you look, this is how it's done. And Gaiman just like big giant stride just runs over, leaps up, and is going to remove Raylan from the Mimic's grasp. I presume you need me to make an athletics check.
Yes, so this would be opposed. It would use its strength against your athletics, because it's not trained in athletics. Oh my gosh. But you do make this at advantage.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm raging.
Oh my gosh. Yes, you succeed, and you pull her free from its grapple.
Could you count that as a shove?
No, but I still have movement, so I'm to move Raylan behind my. So like interpose myself between Raylan and the creature. There
Sure.
we go.
Mm-hmm.
We're not fucking done yet, ugly. And I pass to Akia.
Yes, absolutely. You guys control initiative, so Akia, you're going to get past 2, but before your action, the creature is going to turn its body around, basically 180, to look at Gaiman, and Gaiman, it just tries to bite you. But a 12 won't do it.
No, it won't.
Oof.
I'll move my full movement to there and bring Alicia to life.
We hear a subtle "wake me up" as you walk over.
You hear a let's see, what was it? Hold on. Alicia, I believe your anemia is acting up again.
Oh, that damn anemia.
Hey guys,
Exactly.
real quick, I'm having some power fluctuations at my house again because of the storm we've been having practically all day, or the snow. So if I drop off, that's why.
Oh no! Well, I hope everything's okay.
Everything's fine. It's just like we keep getting like lights flickering, and this is like the 5th time it's happened since I've been home. So it was fine for a bit, but it just like got like 3 flickers within the last minute. So haven't lost power, but wanted to say something real quick. Sorry.
Hey, no problem. Absolutely.
All right.
That's,
No. I don't think I have any bonus actions, so I will pass to. I will pass to Alicia.
And the creature does not have a paragon action to use.
Great. Half movement, stand up from prone. Action, disengage. Stay the fuck away. What's the range on these? The action. It's 30 feet. Well, bonus action, I'm just going to try and whack it with the spiritual weapon. Well, actually, what else do I have? Bonus action wise. I could.
Your divine interventions are actions, right?
Yeah, they're actions. Yeah, I'm just gonna whack with spiritual weapon. Ow.
A 10 just barely misses.
cool. And it's gonna stay that way. We'll pass it to Lotus.
Hey, Lotus, you see that this creature is still wiggling all over the place.
Right. I am going to go ahead and once again pitch first level magic missile at it. I mean, I know I can't miss with that. I hope.
This mimic was a wizard the whole time.
So, yep, that'll be 11 force damage.
Absolutely.
Alright. And seeing it getting a little close for comfort, Lewis will just backpedal a little bit this way. Still staying on the bridge. And then I will attempt to pass to Gaiman.
Okay, Gaiman, you are up.
All right. I think I've had enough of your shite. And again, we will recklessly attack with Lucille, the Great Axe.
Okay, give us
Once
another
more.
one. Okay, an 11 hits for 8. You guys have discovered this creature has an armor class of 11.
Okay.
Are we doing the +2 flanking rules?
Oh, to hit, yeah.
So yeah, it would be a 13, which would still hit.
And then two more damage because of Colossal Barbarian.
Absolutely. And
I presume it's going to steal.
absolutely. So the creature has been smacked. It looks about. It regains its Paragon action economy. The creature is starting to get desperate. So it is going to try to take out what it assumes to be the largest threat, which is literally the largest threat. So it's going to aim a shot at Gaiman with its bite.
Yeah, 21 hits. I'm going to Stone's Endurance that.
Absolutely. So that you would drop the piercing to 8 because rage, and then acid would stay at 4, so it's 12 total damage at the moment.
Oh shit. That's
You take 0 damage.
Yeah. I could do this all day, Buttercup. You could do better than that. No, wait, you can't.
The creature growls in defiance, but unfortunately enough, that was all it could do. And the last person to act in the round is Raylan. Raylan is still technically all up in this creature.
Gaiman grabbed her out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was right behind him. So let's see here. Let's reset the movement. Reset. And she is going to move back, target the creature, hold her hand aloft, and shoot a blast of arcane energy. And let me just make sure here, because I have not played a Hexblade. Yeah, so she gains the +2 damage to that as well, for a total of 8 damage. All right, in round 5. Because the Mimic was just shot, it's going to steal unless anyone's got an inspiration. Not wanting to be selfish, it launches its pseudopod at Akia.
That hits.
What's that? So it has wrapped you up with its pseudopod, and it kind of lifts you up and slams you into the ground.
I think it hit Akia so hard it started glitching.
So Akia, you can steal here.
I will.
Okay.
I'm just gonna try and hit it again with the +2 from flank.
A
It
11
did not go
is
well.
this creature's AC, so you do hit for 5 thunder.
All right, and then I will pass to. I'll pass to Lotus.
And Lotus, this creature, it's going to attempt to grapple one of your friends. It's going to attempt to grapple Akia. Here you go, Akia. Here's a grapple attempt. You're able to fight it off. And that was to Lotus, correct?
Yes.
Okay, Lotus. You see this creature's on its last legs. It is barely bouncing around or moving.
Alright, go ahead. Once again, take my pitcher stance. Go ahead and cast first level magic missile.
Okay.
So that's 8 force.
As you deal 8 points of force damage, the creature slumps to the ground. It stops jiggling. It does not revert to its wagon form. It just lays there, dead. And the spooky combat music ends.
What the hell? We should just it slumps to the ground.
I want to make sure before I move, we are out of initiative.
Yes.
Alright. So yeah, Lotus will quickly rush over. Over to Raylan. Say like, Raylan, I saw this thing grab you. Are you alright?
Yes, I'm all right. Thankfully, the creature didn't put me all the way into its mouth. What about everyone else?
I think everyone here. Lotus will go over to you, Gaiman, just say like, Gaiman, you. Oh, and she'll suddenly see you revert back to your still large but not as large size. Just say like, Gaiman, are you okay? It seems like that thing took a good chunk out of you.
Yeah, I'm fine. Nothing I couldn't handle. And, for the record, I actually went into its mouth,
Lotus will still keep a respectable distance, but kneel down and just sort of take out her notebook and then just start doing like a bit of a rudimentary sketch of the mimic. Just say like, I've heard of mimics of all kinds, but never one with like a traveling wagon before.
That was quite strange, Lotus. I have also never seen that.
So who wants to help me slice and dice this fucker?
What will the DM? What will the skill check be to what's it called? This creature.
Slice and dice. You know what I said.
Or an appraisal.
Yeah, appraisal.
This is
I like
an
my word better.
this is an ooze. So this is an investigation.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Kid.
I'm not so good at that.
Can anyone give me a advantage on that? I do not have proficiency, but I do have a +3 in investigation.
I do have proficiency, but that also puts me at a +3.
Yeah, but if you got proficiency, you can still assist.
Sure, let's go for it.
That sound good? Investigation with advantage, DM?
That sounds good.
All right.
Okay, a 22. Yes. You know that the stuff that you want to harvest from this creature is vials of its adhesive ichor.
All right. Gaiman, you have that harvesting kit still with you, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get this ichor.
All right. So, is it like sleight of hand, or do I just like, roll off the kit to do my thing?
You should just be able to roll off your kit.
What stats it gonna roll though?
It would be dexterity.
Because I've got. What's your dexterity, Gaiman?
+2.
Okay. Should be the same then. We should both have a +4 in it, so I will assist.
All right, give me that harvesting roll. Let's see
So
what
I
you
just-
can get.
So I just click use harvesting kit.
Yeah, with advantage, if you hold shift and click, it should roll 2 dice. Ooh. Excellent.
23.
Ooh, so you guys are able to pilfer off of this creature 4 vials of mimic adhesive. What this does, when poured on a medium or smaller creature, the creature becomes adhesive for 10 minutes. While adhesive, the creature adheres to anything that it touches or that touches it. A medium or smaller creature adhered to the adhesive is also grappled by it. The adhesive creature also automatically succeeds on climbing checks, as long as it's adhesive. You become a sticky boy. You guys also find... So I gave those 4 vials to Gaiman. Oh my gosh. You have found 6 rations of mimic meat.
It is a good thing I
All
do
right,
not eat.
steaks tonight.
And it looks like the mimic is a very meaty creature, comparable to a porpoise or some type of sea cow.
Once again, glad that I do not need to eat.
I mean, honestly, okay, you're missing out on the best parts of existence. You know, it's just stuff in your gob sometimes.
You know, you say that, Akia, and it does make me curious about something. Of course, you don't need to eat food like we do, but what does power you exactly?
Akia will look at you for a moment. and respond with, "That's well, it's complicated. But you could say that I do have a generator of sorts."
Interesting. You see her starting to write in her notebook again. You'll have to forgive me, Akia. It's
You can
never...
tell that Akia is a little bit hesitant to like start talking about like their internal organs.
All right, yeah. She definitely picks up on that, and she sort of withdraws from the subject. So it's like, you'll have to forgive me, Akia. It's just I've never seen really anything like you before. Even where I'm from, someone like you would be considered fairly advanced technology.
I understand. It is natural to be curious. We are in need of a rest, but perhaps we should attempt to make it to town. It is close.
Yes, we wouldn't want to risk being ambushed by... Oh, I hope there isn't another one of these things around. She just shudders at the thought.
Gods, I hope not. Ow.
Perhaps we should avoid investigating any more wagons on the way.
So, serious question. I always thought, like, these mimic things were, they hide out in, like, buildings. Like, they pretend to be, things that interest adventurers. So why is it all the way out here?
Yeah, they're trash.
I believe that this creature, this is Raylan speaking, is hunting for would-be plunderers, like we tried to be.
Oh, I wasn't trying to plunder nothing. I saw some bloke sitting in, in an open wagon. I was going to go up and say hello.
Well, that is quite gregarious of you, but perhaps the creature wasn't hunting for benevolent travelers, but more greedy ones.
Stupid mimic. And Gaiman will put away his axe, and he will pull out the +1 javelin of returning, and not using it in the proper fashion, will just stab the mimic's remaining carcass with the javelin of returning.
Alicia
Using it as a melee weapon.
Alicia will join you and use the rest of the time on spiritual weapons. Just keep bashing this thing.
And as always, Lotus is just writing all about this in her notebook, as you do.
That treasure chest that was inside of it just turned into a spleen or something.
Yeah, it's just like a big pile of mucus now.
Yeah.
So, party, do you continue to head to Targos?
Yes, for me.
Sounds good to me.
Same.
We got to rest at the nearest town. I think we're an hour either town, an hour to Targos, an hour to Brunchander.
Then we can crack on to Targos.
This was like what halfway.
Is that right, DM? Like an hour to either town, yeah. Yeah, well, let's just head to Targos real quick. If we get jumped again, we'll just run. It's like bandits, just peace out. Just be like, no, y'all good. Y'all just stay here. Truce.
Please don't kill us.
I mean,
Yes.
honestly, Aki, I'm a little disappointed. I think you'd have a little bit more, spine. I might even say you have a little bit more steel in your disposition.
Oh no, Gaiman's a comedian. But that actually wasn't bad.
The trip, as you begin to walk, will only take you about an hour. As you all are walking, is there any key information that you share amongst each other, or any details that you think would be important that one know?
I would say, after having taken some notes during the journey, Lotus would close her notebook and say, I did want to ask you all something. I guess now would be the best time to broach this subject. How would you all feel about being the subject of a bit of a somewhat dramatized retelling of our adventures here in Icewind Dale?
You mean telling Porky Paws about us? Now, that doesn't seem very charitable.
Well, certain names and such might be changed if you feel the need, but in a way, that's why I'm writing this, and she holds up the notebook. I'm hoping that and her voice dips a little bit, or if I get back home, I want something to show for what I've done here, and, well, if I've lost my job at the paper where I worked, well, I always wanted to try my hand at writing fiction, at least as far as they'd be aware it's fiction.
Not quite sure how I feel about all that.
I don't see how it would affect me, so I guess I don't care.
Well, I mean, I look at it like this. So, like, Akia, you say you're very, careful about, your internal organs, right?
Isn't everyone?
Well, yeah. So it's like you don't want your inside business getting out to the outside world, and well, it's like that's kind of how I feel about it. I don't want my internal organs, splayed before the masses. Is that a sparrow? Ooh, it's a couple of sparrows. Ooh, that's very nice. And Gaben's gonna wander off. Look at the birds. Get distracted.
Yeah, I should say, well, that's why I would say, I mean, at least where I'm from, you really think anyone would, believe it? If I started, talking about the sort of things I experienced here and kept telling them that it actually happened, well, I'd probably be locked away in some dark, horrible place for a long time, and I think I've had enough of that for one lifetime.
World? That much different?
Some ways, yes. In other ways, it is the same. Magic exists. I hadn't been able to use it myself, but there's so many things I could tell you about. In fact, I think one thing I'll tell you about is the personal effect I want to find from the ship. It's I guess you could say it's a magical device. It's a sort of a tablet made of glass, mostly, where it allows me to access the weave directly and have access to all sorts of information from it.
That's quite.
God damn it! I spent $800 on that iPad. I want it back.
Exactly.
Raylan looks to you and says, interesting. Accessing the weave with a simple device. And she strokes her chin mysteriously.
Yes, in fact, I had it with me when the mind flayers took me, and one of the things that they tried to do while they were experimenting on me was access it to see what personal information of mine they had. They could not guess my password, and, well, no matter what they had tried, I certainly wasn't going to tell them.
Gaiman wanders back over from where he was distracted by wildlife and says, "Wait, I thought elephants never forgot."
Well,
We were talking about the big, big grey things with a testicle or whatever. Don't they, the scared of mice never forget things. I don't fucking know. And he just wanders off in a huff again.
yeah, it's like your reaction. Lotus does get a bit more of a genuine smile on her face, and she says, I do hope to find it, and if I can also be honest with you all, there is something else I hope to find there. I want to find a way to fix myself.
Not to be pedantic, Raylan says, but I don't see anything that you would need to fix.
Her smile looks a bit more weary, and she says, You're too kind, but, well, I'm sure you know what I mean.
She nods. Lotus, I've lived for a long time. 300 years. And when I look at you, I don't see a broken thing. But that is just the opinion of an elf. Take it for what it is.
So, I know you all probably don't feel that way, and I do appreciate that. There's a lot of uncertainty in my life right now, and there's the opinion of one where I'm not sure if he would like me if he saw me as I really am. He always talks about how he loves the beauty in life, and I'm not sure if I can give that to him.
That's a bit of an assumption. Have you actually asked him?
Well, he would always offer to walk me home to my cottage, after a long day in the library, and he was always a gentleman about it, and one time I figured I'd try my luck, and I invited him into the cottage for some coffee. So your cheeks flush a little bit. But he made some stammering excuse about how he needed to wash his hair, and then just left me there, and I was hoping then that I would be able to show him, and I just haven't gotten the courage to since.
Give it time.
Gaiman walks back over. He doubled back and got some mimic goo, and has made a mimic goo snow cone for himself. And he's walking up, kind of, eating at it. He says, well, I mean, from what you keep saying about Watto, I mean, is it like beauty in the eye of like Xanathar or whatever? And he's like, you spent all this time with him. He's like, I mean, surely he's going to be like, oh, I like you for the person that you are.
I mean, possibly.
What's perpetuity, Icky? I don't know. And, I mean, come on, I haven't lost that much. He just falls over for the blood loss.
Oh, jeez.
We better get him back. We better get him to town.
Just a little pick-me-up.
Yes, and you guys are able to make it back to the city of Targos without a further encounter.
There you
And
go.
we'll take you guys to the Targos map.
Right, where's my snow coat?
You dropped it.
Oh,
We'll get you a new one.
but I like that one. It was a special mimic flavour, limited edition.
It's all right, Gaiman. We'll get another one for you. I hear the mystery flavors are like the big thing these days.
Listen, if it's yellow or brown, I'm not eating it.
I am curious, do you all plan on eating that meat?
I mean, why wouldn't I? Killed it.
True, it would be shame to waste the spoils of the kill.
I'm not shy to at least try it once.
I mean, I don't want anyone to think like I'm pressuring them or nothing. I mean, if you don't want to, you don't want to. It's just more for me.
I don't
No.
eat, I just find the texture to be unpleasant.
What is that with you and textures or whatnot? You don't like sticky. You don't like, well, I mean, me. It's like, it's just, I don't get it.
I guess I just have preferences.
All right.
I'm not sure how else to put it.
I mean, I understand it. I'm not too fond of sticky either.
Oh, speaking of sticky, I found the bloke that was making the bouncy goat sticky. I told him to knock it off.
Oh, thank the heavens.
I do appreciate that.
I mean, he was wasting perfectly good meat. He was obscene.
I believe we have arrived.
Yes,
The
you
victim
guys-
was named Valdemiro Crowtrap. Should we ask his family?
That's what I'm thinking.
We could
We've already spoken-
offer them.
Go ahead.
I was going to say that we could say we are investigating the murder, and we could perhaps find the murderer, or be more likely to find the murderer if they were to divulge any information in confidence.
That is what I was thinking as well. Ray spoke with the speaker. I don't know if we're going to get any further with that, so may as well try the angle with crow traps themselves.
It is also possible that before we inquire into that, we could ask where Valdemiro would spend their leisure time, in case they decide not to be forthcoming, or in case Valdemiro had not informed them. That could lead us to another place to investigate.
That is actually quite smart. At least prime the conversation with that first, and then if we need to pry a little further, then we can go down the route that we were initially thinking. You said, I think the last time, like, the Noble District was, like, kind of around here-ish.
Yes. And as a resident of Targos, you would probably have a good idea of which noble houses which noble family. And this is very like Los Angeles, Hollywood. Perhaps you could take everyone on a Targos tour of the stars of Targos and find the Crowtrap family pretty easily.
Could we count that as a short rest as we just walk around town leisurely?
Yes. So, you are able to find the House of the Crowtraps as you guys are kind of walking around town, and you note that their house has their sigil, which maybe on the nose is literally a crow flying into a bear trap. And their front of their home is decorated with some nautical themed decorations, probably to show everyone their presence.
What I find interesting about this is a crow would not have sufficient mass to activate the trap.
Yeah, but what if it was like flying really fast and like hit it hard?
They would probably die from the impact.
Yeah, but would it like activate the trap?
It depends on how fast they were traveling.
Like really fast.
They would be dead before the trap activates, and the trap would activate.
All right. So,
Now-
Orf, serious question. I'm sorry, you were about to say something, and I cut you off.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So, how frequently does Gaiman feel the need to re-up?
So I actually have a little counter here, and you have done Hag Crystal twice. And there is a threshold, and I won't say what threshold it is, that decreases the amount of time that you need between each hit. And I have to thank the 3.5 Book of Vile Deeds for this, because there's an entire chapter devoted to taking drugs. Thank you, 3.5. So you have not hit that threshold where you need to do it more than once per day. So you have already done it this day, so you are good.
Okay. So just whenever you feel is well, we'll figure it out. But like if I haven't done, if I've forgotten, just give me a reminder.
Well, I thank you for that freedom. I will.
That's wonderful and terrible. On to the investigation. We knock on the door.
Now, Gaiman, would your revelation that I sent you in private message, do you believe that the other members of the party would have noticed that, or is that going to be under wraps for now?
I mean, he's not hiding anything. I mean, they might. Depends on how observant they are.
Let's see here. I don't believe Akia would not notice it, just based on their statistics. Raylan's player character is not here. Alicia, you would have noticed that Gaiman's ordinarily like gray lips have begun to take a shade of blue.
Going to make a mental note of that. May have to speak to our big boy later.
So you guys knock on the front door of the Crowtraps. A human male figure comes forward. And he says, "Hello, I am Mirko Crowtrap. Who are you all?"
Good day, Mr. Crowtrap. My name is Alicia Alpin.
You're the Thane of Targos.
That is
What are you
correct.
doing at my front door?
That is correct. There's no real good way to speak of this, but it's a matter of your son's recent death. I think we may have some reason to discuss some details about it, if you're willing.
He looks around. I am. And he looks to the people that are making up your party. Before I let you all inside, Thane, who are these people with you?
Actually, the Thanes of some of the other settlements in 10 towns. This is White Lotus, this is Akia number 13, this is Game in the Glaive, and this is Raylan Silverhand. As you may know, the killer is still unfortunately at large and has struck at some of the other settlements within 10 towns. I think we may be onto something, but we need some details from you if you're willing. Maybe come inside?
Yes, please, come in. My wife will be joyed that perhaps we will gain some closure on what has happened to our son. And he quickly welcomes you all into the home. And it is a nobleman's home for sure, but it is not lavishly decorated or gauchely decorated. Mirko will bring you all into a sitting room. And in the sitting room, you see an older human female, and he says, Lurine, the Thane of Targos is here, and they have some questions for us. Potentially, they can help save our son, or at least tell us what happened. And she nods and invites you all to sit down to ask your questions.
The first question I believe we should ask is there a location that Valdemiro liked to go to unwind?
They look to you and they say, well, he was a constant presence at the Three Flags Sailing Tavern. And he was also a constant visitor in some other places in town.
Other places?
Well, of course. There is the Three Flags Sailing, which is a more upscale. But there are seedier places in town. No, have you been to the Demon Toad?
Can't say that
No.
I have. Does Elisa recall what this place is?
The Demon Toad is a place in Targos where one could go for mead, of course, but it also serves a dangerous substance known as toad blood, which is a type of you would say it's a downer type drug that is injected into the eyelid.
That place is known for some dangerous stuff. Any particular reason that you can recall why your son would be there?
Our son was no saint, that is for sure. He enjoyed drinks and smokes and substances of all kinds. And he was a known braggart of sorts. Always shooting his mouth off about how much money we make and how much money he is set to earn, or I should say was set to earn. when he inherited the family business.
Our next question will be a very difficult one. However, I do ask that you keep in mind, please, as painful as it may be, answer truthfully, for it may lead us to Valdemiro's killer. If they look ready, number 13 continues.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe just looks to Alicia.
OOC, just to confirm, is this the whole thing about Targos? Or sorry, not Targos, Torgas?
Yeah, just asking them if he would have said anything about making a bribe, basically.
Okay, gotcha.
That like we're trying to connect whatever's connecting the killer's motives, and we're trying to narrow it down, and bribes
Gotcha.
question mark.
Mr. and Mrs. Crowtrap. As you know, Targos is one of the 3 settlements here in 10 Towns that... And Alicia looks a little bit uncomfortable broaching this subject, but continue. That participates in human sacrifice to Auril. This procedure is done by a lottery system, one that the Church of Auril oversees. Is there any way in which your son or yourselves interacted with the church to not be a part of that process?
You see the husband immediately like have a face of like, what? You accuse us of this? But you see that the wife's face is one of guilt. And he like stands up and he says, how dare you accuse us of such crime?
Mr. Crowtrap, please sit down. I would not broach this subject if I was not serious about trying to find out the complete circumstances behind not just your son's death, but the other deaths surrounding this ice knife kill. I already opposed the human sacrifices as it is in order to appease the Church of Auril. However, my hands and the hands of those in service of the Morning Lord are unfortunately tied because we are not as prominent as the Church of Auril. So believe me when I say this, I do not want to accuse you of anything, but we have to know and we have to cross off any possibility.
If we can find out what links these murders together, we can find the murderer.
We're still trying to narrow down a possible motive as to connecting all of the victims. And this was one thing that did come up in our investigations, so unfortunately, it's a topic that we have to discuss.
The patriarch is about to make another statement of like, how dare you? But the wife holds her hand up and sits him down and says, it was my son and I couldn't bear the thought that my only son could be killed to appease some fickle god. So I gave him some of his inheritance early to pay off city officials to take his name out. I couldn't see him. He burned at the stake.
Wait.
Thank you for your honesty. I do have one final question. Not for... Alicia may have more, but this is my final question. Sorry. It is possible that whatever city official was bribed might be involved in the killings, possibly indirectly, but involved nonetheless. It is possible that a city official that was bribed is where the killer got their information from, their target from. Do you know what city official was bribed?
She looks to you and says, "Yes, my son bribed. I believe their first name is Baron. And their family name is Inergu."
Thank you. Alicia, do you have any more questions?
Oh no, that was actually my question. Does this name ring a bell to Alicia?
Absolutely. Baron Inergu is on the city council of Targos.
And I assume I've probably met them a couple of times as a thing of Targos.
Absolutely. They would be a member of the council that would basically give counsel and speak to the speaker about all of the things in Targos and help them make decisions and shape the city's future going forward.
Alright. I know this individual. I've met them a few times.
I believe the Crow Traps have plenty to discuss and mourn. We should be on our way.
As you go to stand up, the lady Crow Trap, Lurleen, will say, You'll catch the killer, won't you? The one that took my son away from me?"
Alicia will kind of like walk up to them and will clasp their hands around Lurleen's. We will do our best to see that this killer is brought to justice. I will admit, the bribing, I don't know the best way to put this. I understand that you did it for the love of your son, but that does unfortunately condemn other people who were selected. For now,
I know this, but I just couldn't allow him to be taken. And she thrusts her body into her husband's arms as he hugs her.
This is a dark period for all of us, Icewind Dale. But do remember to not lose that spark of hope.
Jamin stands up at this, and he just has a look of disgust on his face. and looks at Alicia and looks at the crow traps and says, if you really cared about your son, you would have given yourself in place of him. Since somebody else's child got picked, because you fat cat lots have enough money to buy off this bullshit. And you agree that it's bad. It's corrupt, as they say. And yet you play along with it because it's convenient. Well, you know what? You lot can go fuck yourselves, because you really cared about your child. You lay yourself down on the line to protect them. You people make me sick. And he leaves.
The lady crow trap has begun to weep. And the husband is kind of patting her back and stroking her hair and says, begging, please, do all you can, and I apologize. I did not know.
This matter will have to get resolved one way or another. I honestly cannot say what the best solution is at this moment, but I do know at the very least we can catch this killer and prevent further deaths, unnecessary deaths, from happening. But this whole bribery system is going to also have to be ended.
He nods. I agree. Otherwise, if you believe this is the cause of the Ice Knife Killer, more people will die.
It's possible. Take care of yourselves. And she will exit this residence.
Lotus had just been taking notes the whole time, and she would exit along with you. And as she gets outside, she'll take out a cigarette and light it up, taking a long drag from it, just wallowing in her thoughts on the whole thing.
I understand why they did what they did. It's unfortunate that it's in human nature to try and look out for yourself or your loved ones, opposed to the rest of those within your community. This whole system, which has been brought along by Auril and those that worship her, or at least, it's not all that worship her, but some of them seem to be taking advantage of the situation.
It is possible. The church does not seem interested in looking into these killings. It is possible that people such as this Baron Energu are paying them a portion of the money that they receive.
The thing that upsets me is that eventually money is finite, and once that runs out, then their names could be on the chopping blocks anyway, and all the others who were sacrificed prior to them would have just died mostly for nothing. It's infuriating.
Isn't it for nothing anyway? I mean, they could have just gone hungry for a day, or cold for a day.
It's abusive is what it is. It's the haves preying on the have-nots. It's corrupt. It's evil. Calling it unfortunate, it's a bit of a misdemeanor, isn't it? It's not the right word. Doesn't really capture the whole, you know, you know what I mean. It's bullshit.
I agree.
It's not changing anything. People are dying, killing each other. The church stands back and just lets it happen. You must get off on it. It's bullshit.
It's not like things have been improving. It's been like this for 2 years, so... Shall we go see this Mr. Inugu? I believe I know where they are. Do I know where they are, DM?
Yes. So you would probably find them, as odd as that sounds, at the town hall at this time of day.
I would like to know why the church is not intervening. Do they look the other way when it comes to the payments?
That is
Because they are getting a portion of the money? Or do they look the other way because they do not know who is receiving the bribes?
That is what I was curious about as well. I was under the impression that the bribes were going directly to the church of Auril, but it seems like it may be going through a middleman, so to speak.
It's possible the bribes are staying with the town officials.
Yes, and well, Auril, the Church of Auril is still getting what they have deemed is necessary, the human sacrifices, so I guess we'll have to ask Mr. Inugru. I was gonna get that name wrong. Inugru, the reason why.
Listen, can I ask this Baron, you know, Ingram fucked up, whatever? Because honestly, I think this pussyfoot around is going to get us fucking nowhere with that prick.
What is your suggestion?
I'll scare the shit out of him.
I think that was a tactic I remember back in Baldur's Gate. Good guard, bad guard?
You're just going to, like, intimidate him, right? You're not going to, like, actually hurt him, are you?
I believe I can be of assistance, and you'll see...
You're taking my fun away if I don't actually hurt him. Plus, he doesn't... I mean, if he thinks that, you know, I'm not going to hurt him, he might just, you know, lie. Gotta make it real for him.
Well, do remember he is a member of the town council, so...
Yes, that's my primary concern, is that, you know, if, you know, word gets out that the Thanes are, you know, going around physically assaulting government officials without good cause, and should make sure to put good emphasis on that.
Taking justice into our own hands.
It's not going to end well for any of us.
What's the fucking point of being a Thane if you can't mete out justice? Guy's a corrupt prick.
Gaiman, you just need some evidence before you can punch him in the face. That's how it works.
Alright, well, what's the evidence I could use to punch him in the face with?
I don't believe that we have any we can present unless we find the killer.
So, I don't get to hurt him unless we have proof.
Right. Although there could be some investigating done at their place of work.
That's boring.
There might be means of magical coercion.
That's shite.
I'm assuming we're walking and talking while we're heading over there.
Absolutely. And you guys can take as long as you need to talk to him.
I've got an idea. I don't have to lay a hand on him.
Well, I don't know if I like that laugh.
I don't either, but I am strangely intrigued.
Don't worry, I won't actually hurt him. But I get to play the bad guy, right? I don't want to do this unless I get to be the bad guy.
Sure. I have no objections to that.
Yes, awesome.
As we walk to Anurgu's place, I'll activate my magical tinkering features that Akia currently has set up. You'll see Akia's eyes start to glow. Has anyone played the new Miles Morales Spider-Man game? He's got that Miles 2099 suit, where his eyes are like just these blue, smoky, ice-cold looking. Have y'all seen that?
I think I've seen it. I haven't played the game yet.
They've just got like this cold frost look to them, and Akia's face, an image will come across it, making it appear that their faceplate is covered with a rime, ice rime.
So very spooky.
It's spooky.
So yes, you guys would have been informed that this person normally spends their days at Town Hall before leaving Town Hall for the Three Flags sailing in and then heading home, is the general gist you received. So are you all outside of Town Hall?
I believe so.
Yep.
So, how are we playing this? Are we going big and loud? Or are we going to work our way up to it?
I believe shock and awe might be a valid approach in this scenario.
Say no more! And Gaben's going to kick open the door.
Oh.
Everyone in Town Hall looks on as the door is kicked open and they all go, huh? And the council members all kind of stand up. The guards that were inside all kind of jump to action and point their spears at the door as it's kicked open, and they look at the Goliath who just kind of kicked open the door, and the councilman will say, "What is the meaning of this?"
I'll tell you what the meaning of this is. We're looking for Baron Inebriated? Is that the name? I can't remember. Something with an I.
Inugru.
Inugru! We're looking for Baron Inugru.
But look no further. That's me. And that's the door you just kicked in. It's quite cold outside. So if you're planning on coming in, why don't you come in? Otherwise, stay out and close the door.
Oh, you don't like the cold, do you? I'll just show you how cold we are. And Damon's gonna stalk up to him unless he is like stopped by the guards.
Yeah, if you're coming in aggressively, the guards would basically cross their spears and lower their shields kind of in a faux phalanx as you walk in.
Lotus will keep a bit of pace behind him and say, like, "You'll have to forgive my friend Gaiman here. You see, we had some questions about current events, and we've been getting the I guess you could say the runaround as of late, and he's very impatient."
Yeah, I want to cut through all this bullshit, Baron. And what kind of weapons do the guards have? Like, are they using spears, halberds, swords? What do they got?
So they have spears and shields out right now, and you can see that on their backs they have golf bags of javelins.
Okay. So Gaiman is gonna like stare down Baron Inurgu, and he's gonna like grab the nearest guard's spear, and he is going to drive the tip into like the meaty part of his shoulder, and he's just gonna stare and grin, and say, "Yeah, I'm serious about getting down to justice. One might even say I'm a little crazy about it."
The guardsman will like pull his spear back, and each of the guards will take a step back, and the Baron will say, "Guards, these men are going crazy. Get them out of here. This is a display of just barbarism."
Alicia will
No.
just hold up their hand.
Not crazy. I've just got a thirst for justice, Baron. And I think you're the one to quench it. You can make this easy or you can make this hard. I don't care.
The councilman will see Alicia standing there, and will say, Thane of Targos, please explain to me what is happening here." And before you do so, Matthew, what's up?
Just wanted to ask how many guards are in the room.
There are 4 guards in the room. There are 2 councilmen and what look like 2 scribes in the room, as they are working on what appears to be town business. Town hall is not actually a super large building. You would say it's actually smaller than the inn that you guys went to in Targos.
Okay.
And here to represent that, I will put 2 more guards down.
I definitely would not like this to escalate at least any further than it is already at. Looks at the, I guess, council members and scribes. Is it possible that we can have a private conversation with Baron?
The scribes look like they're like willing to do anything to get out of here, because it's you got this guy who came in and stabbed himself, and the Baron says, "I don't think I'll be having a private conversation with that man in the room. That man just stabbed himself with a spear. He is obviously in need of a healer's intervention."
It's quite fine. The guards can remain.
Well, you better speak the truth, Baron, because just think what I would do to you if you lied. And I'm just trying to get your attention, lovey-dovey. You better be truthful.
You see the Baron looks very uncomfortable after that.
If there's like a pair of like chairs, Alicia will direct him to sit at one of them. Alicia will sit at the other.
So is everyone still like hanging out here?
The
guards
councilman?
and everybody else.
Yes, they haven't really moved, and the scribes are kind of shaking at what is happening, and the guards are all still kind of at attention and very alert because of the sudden influx of action that has happened.
Okay, is there a table in here not really in use?
I would say, yeah, there's probably an empty table.
Okay, Gaiman is going to go up, and he, again, makes direct eye contact with the Baron, and with all of his strength, he is going to slam his head down on the table in an effort to try and break it.
Yeah, give me a athletics check as you try to break this table with your face. You do so. The table has been broken by the face. It smashes in half, like a martial artist breaking a table.
Everybody leave!
as Gaiman breaks the table with his face, the 4 guards, like, shields and spears, like, point at him. The councilman stands up and says, I don't think I'll be having any conversation, Thane, if this is the person that you are aligned yourself with. You've aligned yourself with a madman.
No, he's just frustrated.
I can see where I'm not wanted. But at the same time, you're going to have that conversation, Baron. So guards, why don't you escort me outside so they can have it?
Yeah, the guards start to slowly make their way towards Gaiman, like, not poking you with their spears, but, like, kind of poking at you, trying to usher you towards the door, like you're doing with a dog to try to get them to go outside.
And Gaiman complies. But again, he's locked eyes with the Baron, and he's just staring him down.
Absolutely. The Baron's kind of like watching you as you exit, kind of like terrified at the display of force and at the display of maybe, in his mind, just pure insanity.
Baron.
The Baron will look to you, Akia, as you say their name.
I'll lean in real close with my glowing eyes and rime-covered face, and I'll say, I am about to accuse you of something that you do not want other people to hear you accused of. You might want to be alone for this.
The Baron looks around, and the Baron is thinking he might need to make a deception.
Whether you are guilty or not, once I say these words, everyone else in the room will never be able to unhear them.
He looks at you and he says, Are you sure this is the path that you wish to take?
Akia number 13 will point to their face, and they'll say, I have no question of who I serve and what I am.
He looks at you and he says, Scribes, leave the room. Guards, stand right outside the door. Councilman, our work is finished for the day. And the guards will nod as the Thane is here, so the Thane will make sure that nothing happens, of course, to Baron Inuger. And the scribes run out the door as fast as they possibly can. And the other councilman kind of inches along the door, along the wall, their back to it, and runs through the door. Until it is only the Baron and the party members.
Alicia, I will leave you to it.
I do apologize. Believe it or not, that's actually Gaiman on a good day.
That beast has good days.
I would refrain from calling him a beast. Otherwise, he may actually come back inside and, well, it'd be far worse. In any case, Baron, need I remind you that there is a lottery system in place in Targos for sacrifices to the Church of Auril.
Not to the church.
Well, to Auril, but church mediates.
Right, I'm aware of this.
Now, this lottery is supposed to be random.
Right, to ensure fairness. Every citizen of Targos' name is in the lottery.
I'm just going to give you the chance to understand where I am going with this.
Are you suggesting that I have had some effect on the lottery?
We have it on good authority that to be the case.
Number 13 will lean in and say, we have two problems, both of which undermine Auril. One is a killer going around. If they were killing randomly, it would not be an issue. However, the killings coincide with these lottery drawings. If the people believe that someone has taken it into their own hands, it breaks their faith in the lottery system. Also, if people believe that the lottery is somehow fixed, it also breaks their faith in the lottery system. And if their faith in the lottery system is broken, it breaks their system of faith in Auril. And I cannot have that. And Akia number 13 will use one of their where is it? I believe it's under features, Charm of Biting Cold. I'll use one of the 3 charges to inflict cold damage on the desk that he places his hand on.
Oh my gosh, okay. So
that the desk freezes over to match his face.
he pulls his hands away from the Rime as he shakes the frost from his hands. And he says, so what do you suggest a councilman do about that? You are citizens of Icewind Dale and you've came to your local government representative.
You have been taking bribes.
In order to change the names that are selected.
You work against Auril.
He says, hypothetically, of course. I have not, admitted to any crime. But as I said, what is it that your councilman could do for you to ensure that we have a positive resolution?
The first thing that I need from you is to find out how the Ice Knife Killer is finding their target.
How the Ice Knife Killer is finding their target? How would you expect me to know that? I don't even know who the Ice Knife Killer is.
The Ice Knife Killer is targeting people that are using bribes to get out of the lottery. Are you certain that you do not know how they are accomplishing this?
He looks at your faceplate and he says, if I knew who the Ice Knife Killer was or how he was discovering, what do you claim I would have told the guards and we would have rounded the bastard up and hung him as quickly as we could.
Akia number 13 believes them, but someone else should probably do an insight check.
Yeah, I was gonna do that anyway. Alicia would like to kind of determine if there's any telltale signs on their face that the mentioning of if they had known who the killer was, that they would have, put them to justice and whatnot, or anything else that's kind of like coming
And
off
also,
of him while he is kind of speaking.
While she's doing that insight check, I'll throw in another question of, and why is the Ice Knife Killer not also targeting you?
Wow, what the fuck are these rules today?
Yeah, it's been kind of crazy.
All right, I guess. Oh, I don't know. I would like for Lotus to do an insight, but I'll do insight if they're not going to.
All right, yeah. Lotus is still as like before. She figured that since you're the thing in here, she'd want you to take the lead on the interrogation here. But yeah, I'll go ahead and let's see here. Yeah, I'll go ahead and roll insight here.
I don't know.
Any bonuses? Let's see how it goes.
After getting knocked out by that stupid mimic, everything's just gone downhill.
12. Tell you what, I haven't used it yet, so I'm going to go ahead and use my Faxpiration. 16.
Okay. So as you're inciting him, you see that he is sweating profusely, even with the cold. His hands are gripping not the table any longer, but his own arms, as he is afraid to touch the table, lest they be burnt by frost again. You believe that he's potentially not mentioning something.
Councilman, you do seem to be holding back something from us, and being Thane of Bryn Shander, I would much more appreciate you being a bit more forthright with us.
These killings have not just affected Targos, but also Bryn Shander and East Haven.
If you would, please give me a persuasion check with advantage, White Lotus.
Alright, tell you what, just to here, I'm going to go ahead and burn a DM inspiration on this to get advantage.
Oh, you may not have heard. I said you have advantage on this.
Right. Okay, so let's go and roll that then. Alright.
Ooh, he looks to you and says, okay. Well, if someone were taking bribes in this city or any other, they would be a fool not to pay their fee. The fee, of course, to Torga Icewind. She is a business owner, a entrepreneur of many types, and if you do not pay the piper, you might find yourself at the bottom of Loch Dinnershire or Mare Dualden, with rocks weighing you down.
Lotus writes this down in her notes, knowing that even where she's from, this sort of thing is all too common.
Torga has that much influence.
Of course, Torg's is a tour de force. And if you do not pay your due. You are not a smart person. Let's just put it like that.
OOC. So Torg has a racket on bribes. You can't have a bribery business without paying protection. Is that what I'm? Is that what's going on? Is that what I'm
Yeah,
understanding?
you're having to pay protection for the protection.
Oh, goodness.
That's why you're paying an income tax on a state gas tax.
Oh goodness. All right. Just checking.
And if they find out you didn't pay her share, you're going in the bottom of the river. The Baron is sweating, so myself and anyone else, hypothetically, would have to pay her if we were taking any type of bribe.
Well, that information is quite useful, though I would like that in writing at least.
He looks around. You want me to sign some type of confession? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, you can throw Torga under the bus, or we can haul you along with.
Well, are you going to be the ones trying to take her in? Is that what is happening here?
Lonelywood is on one of our stop destinations, and I believe Torga's shop is in that area right now.
Well then. Well, do you have a pen you would like me to sign with?
Lotus will step forward, and she'll reach into her bag, take out a pen, and slam it down onto the desk in front of him and say, "Here." And she'll just have this cold stare in her eyes, and if he looks carefully enough, he can see like the arcane purple glow beneath them.
There's a lot of glowy people.
Yep.
You guys are all glowing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Why, thank you.
No, that's just blood.
He will take the pen out and begin to fill out the confession, mentioning that it was not his fault, of course, that it was all Torga Icevein and her protection racket and her illegal pricing that she has been putting upon Tin Towns that has forced him to do these acts.
So we'll read through the document, make sure it's all good. Hold it up. Put it in their pack. We are going to be going to Lonelywood to have a little chat with Torga. So at some point, we are going to have quite a long discussion about those taking advantage of the lottery system. Is that understood, Baron?
He gulps. Yes. Understood.
Good.
As such, I don't think it would be a good idea for you to leave town anytime soon.
He nods. Well, of course, I'll want to be staying in Targos, where I can be safe if your mission is not successful.
Of course, I'm sure you wouldn't want another visit from our good friend Gaiman the Glaive, would you?
He gulps even louder. No, of course not.
Good, good. I'm glad we understand each other.
As I said, this was a feather day. If we happen to learn that you do skip town, I think that will make him quite upset.
Of course. If you do see Torg before you see us again, you probably should run.
He nods. Of course, I would appreciate if you caught them.
That is our intention.
Akia would like to go to an inn for the night. Thank you for your cooperation. Now, Akia will exit with Gavin.
Lotus will pick up her pen, put it back in her pack, and then turn and leave.
The councilman looks very distraught that he has been caught in his crime, and there's not much that he can do about it.
Lisa stays just for a few moments and turns to look at Baron. When I came to Targos, I was hoping that I would be leaving the corruption that was back in Baldur's Gate. I am disappointed to find out that it's still here as well. I thought this town was better than this. At least will leave.
DM, just a
Absolutely.
small point of clarification. Was he saying that like he was paying the money to Torg? Is he during that process he would like give the name of the person that they're getting money from?
Yes. So, from your understanding, the Baron, so that he stays right with the IRS that is Torg. I don't know why I'm writing this. So the Baron would receive the bribe, and then
It's math.
Exactly. He would
Baron
immediately
over bribe to the power of Torg. Okay.
would immediately contact
The
Torg
power of Torg compels you.
and pay Torg her percentage, and he would tell you that her percentage is 15%. And as a part of the deal, she also wants to know who's paying out these bribes.
All right, we're getting there. We're getting there, gang. All right. Can we go to an inn and rest?
Yeah, there's the 3 flags sailing in. Or you guys could go to the demon, the demon toad, and have some toad blood.
Oh,
I
no,
mean-
the idea of going to the Demon Toad sounds like fun.
Oh my goodness, Gaben's gonna get addicted to another drug. Have 2 going at the same time.
You guys seen Cowboy Bebop? You know that red eye?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exactly what the toad blood is. Oh my gosh.
So what you're saying is it's like a free range.
Yeah, but with terrible side effects.
Free is in quotation marks.
And there's an asterisk.
I've got Constitution to spare.
All right, DM, I do mail the letter as sent.
Excellent.
Does that cost me money?
It would cost you probably 1 silver piece to send postage.
Okie dokie.
Just so I don't lose this pen. So yeah, you guys can get a room at the Three Flags a Sailing. It sounds like I'm about to sing a Christmas song.
Alright.
Or at the Lost in Arms, either way.
You guys do want to take a long rest, right?
Oh yeah.
It's like
I would like to get some of my stuff back.
it's at least afternoon now, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Okay. During the long rest, as with any other long rest, I'm working on my medicine proficiency training.
Let's see here. I would say during the rest, Lotus, you would, I guess anyone who would happen by her would see her as usual in her notebook, and you'd see her just drawing in it, and you just hear her humming a tune to.
I think Alicia is not with the group for the evening, and is at the shrine. Mostly just meditating, thinking on some of the things that she's been that they've been discovering so far, and how disappointed they are of some of these revelations.
Or question, spear is a d6 of damage, right?
Correct. So yeah, if you were tracking the damage there, Gaiman would have only taken 3 points of damage from the spear piercing his shoulder. And if you guys are okay, you are able to get a long rest. You are able to pass the night, and oh my gosh. It like passed to the next month. The day would pass to the 27th.
While we're resting in the evening, Gaiman would have gone up to Lotus as she is writing or drawing or whatever she's doing, and say, Lotus, can I talk to you for a second real quick about something?
She looks up from her notebook and she's like, "Oh yeah, sure, Gaiman." And as you look down, you'll see, and you can go ahead and continue. I'll just post up in Discord real quick.
I was, I don't think I've architectured myself very clearly before, but like, I'm serious about not wanting my business out there in the world. I know, like, people have certain ideas about, who or what I am, but I don't want people to know the real me, unless I want them to. And honestly, the rest of the world is kind of well shot, and I don't want them knowing who I am. So if you could just, I just as soon as preferred if you, left me out of any of your storytelling.
Oh, well, yes, of course, Gaiman. I will gladly respect your wishes. Just Though if there is anything else, not necessarily about you, but about anything really that you think might add to what I want to write, you can always feel free to share.
I mean, I'm not a smart man, I know that, but I would want to, what's the word? I don't fucking know. I'm not going to tell you your business, how to do what you do. Just leave me to me and leave the world to the world. I'll deal with him when I want to. And honestly, I don't want anyone else putting more business out there. Is all.
Oh, I understand. I mean, after all, there's some things about myself that I don't necessarily want to be known so openly. But Gaiman, I did want to tell you about a little something, since you're so good to share with me. You see, there's a sport where I'm from, that I'm a big fan of, called baseball, and she shows you the diagram that she drew up. And you see these Dragonborn baseball players have some really weird names. You see here we got who's on first, what's on second, I don't know who's on third.
What now?
And then I imagine she spends the next several minutes trying to explain it to you.
Oh, I don't know about this, what's it's on first business.
Right. Well, essentially, the object of the game is to just hit a ball really hard with a large wooden bat.
Like, how big is the ball? Is it like the size of a bloke's head? I mean, I could do that.
Well, when I'm, you see, like, when I'm using my magic missile, when you see, the arcane energy in my hand, it's about that size.
Yeah, it's kind of small for a target.
Well, that's part of the challenge.
It seems more annoying than more of a challenge.
Well, if you're ever up for it, Gaiman, I wouldn't mind, maybe, if you wouldn't mind trying your skill at it. I mean, I admit I'm not a major league pitcher, but, I think I might be able to give you a run for your money.
Oh, are you saying I can't do it?
Well, I'm just,
Listen, if you're saying I can't fucking do it, we can go right here, right now. We can show you how good I am at this thing.
it's, she smiles a bit at that, and I'm like, I tell you what, maybe after I've had my, morning cigarette, we can do it. Gotta warm up a little bit first.
Alright, fine. Yeah, sure. Whatever.
I love that. So we're gonna get a scene of Lotus and Gaiman in the future playing a game of baseball. Love it. Akia and Alicia, are there anything during the long rest that you guys would attempt to do while we're in Targos?
Oh, I was literally just bringing it up just now. And after kind of flipping through that book, we'll take out a sheet of parchment paper and we'll start kind of putting thoughts to paper of this new situation that needs to be shined upon. I'll leave it at that for now.
I love it. And Akia?
I think he's just studying WebMD. And I think I'll purchase. No, not that. They have like a collapsible fishing pole for sale.
I would say so. You could buy yourself some fishing tackle. That would do that.
Yeah, just a basic collapsible fishing pole, like 2 lures. Just that. Not a whole bunch, just that.
It'll only cost you a gold piece.
Okay.
Excellent. Well, during the night, the main, I would say, exciting thing would be Gaiman. You have a very similar nighttime visit, a similar dream of that white barren field, black sky, and that same woman, that same female figure in your mind, calling you to join her on that white plain.
Gaiman will not join, but he will try and talk to the hag, I guess, because he was told that he could.
Mm. And what will you say?
Oi, old woman. Some guy told me I could talk to you in my dreams. So try this shit out.
Ah, dear. I didn't think that you would talk to me this soon. Why don't you come and join me out here? It's nice and cold.
No, I think I'm good where I'm at. Thanks. But I was told that I could talk to you and don't want to be rude. And yeah, you're kind of scary if I'm being perfectly honest.
Oh, don't judge a book by its cover, dear. Oh. How have you been liking my crystal?
Oh, the candy, yeah, it's great. Got a whole big package of it. Yeah, it's so far so good.
Oh. Do you want to know how I make it?
Aren't you kind of like giving away the secrets if you do that?
She is wearing what looks like this kind of tattered black cloak, and she begins to start to unbutton the cloak one button at a time.
Whoa. Hold on. I'm not, flattered, but, no. Thank you. Good.
Says if you want to know the secret, I have to show you where it comes from.
And as she is peeling her coat off, Gaiman, give me a Constitution saving throw.
I would like to use my last DM inspiration to roll with advantage, please.
Absolutely.
I feel like I need it.
Yes. Okay, Gaiman, if you wish, you can wake up before she shows you the secret.
Oh, chimichangas! Oh my god! Ooh! Ooh! Oh, wow. That was weird. I'm hoping not to reach REM sleep at this point.
So as the long rest ends, Gaiman, you feel that familiar itch that you need another hit of that hag crystal this morning to stave off the, I would say, the pain.
Okay, he's gonna resist for now because he was a little freaked out about. Actually, you know what? It's possibly maybe he didn't remember the dream.
Possible.
No, he still remembers dreams, so he's gonna hold off on taking the crystal. He's not sure why, but just maybe he should hold off.
Okay.
But damn, he wants some candy.
Yeah, you can feel that sweet tooth burning away. I imagine you guys all had a plan to meet up in the morning and then head to the Lonelywood area.
I would say before we head out, once everyone gathered together, Lotus would ask everyone, so, I was thinking last night, I want to write another poem for Master Watto, but I kind of want your guys' opinion on this. Like, I kind of want to try to take the next step here, so I'm kind of wondering, do you all think I should write something a bit more romantic or something a bit more spicy?
I hate poetry.
Don't get an immediate response from Alicia. It seems their mind is elsewhere this morning.
Not to say that you shouldn't write any, just that I probably wouldn't be valuable for an opinion.
So when you say making spicy poetry, are you going to put what hot sauce and chili powder on it?
Oh, no. Forgive me, Gaiman. I need to be a bit more direct with you. No, when I say spicy, I mean something that's a bit more sexually provocative.
Oh, you mean yeah, okay. I don't know. I mean, weren't you not pretty direct with your intentions with Watto before?
Yes, at least I think I was, but maybe not direct enough. Gotta remember I know I've been here for a while, but still get hung up on some of those cultural differences.
I mean, I'm not good with words, but I mean, wouldn't you have more success if you just, talk to the man? Because you might not get what you're getting at. You get me?
Right. Still, I think another poem might be a good icebreaker. She even chuckles under her breath at the unintentional pun there.
No, I don't. You don't want to break the ice. If you break the ice and fall through, that's very dangerous.
Right. Yes. As
Unless
always,
you are fishing for compliments.
Why would you be fishing for compliments? There's no such thing as a compliments fish. You knucklehead trout. Oh, that's what you fish for. That's the challenge.
Gateman, it's so amazing that you don't want to be in my book, because this would be like comedy gold right here.
I don't understand. What do you mean comedy gold? I mean, is comedy worth something? I mean, I like money. Usually, I have to beat the shit out of people to get money.
Yeah, Lotus's mood is very much lifted right now, and she's like, I appreciate all of your input. I'll write up something during during our trip over.
Everybody, roll a d20. I have fixed all your gear.
Survey says that was a lie.
Yeah, we got to see whose IKEA special is
Oh
active.
my god!
Wow.
I'm the only one that didn't get the natural one.
All right, everyone that got a natural one, reroll.
What the hell?
Hey, Lotus, the thing on your mask is working now. I fixed it.
My stuff was working before. I'm guessing it's not working now.
It broke.
God damn it! I stabbed that mimic too hard.
What actually happens is like you're just playing around with it, and it impacts back at your hand too hard, and the magnets shatter. Yeah, sometimes that happens. All
So
right.
what you're saying is Gaiman was playing around with it and it went off in his hand.
Hey.
Hey. All right. Let's go.
Okay.
Alicia, you can pick between good mead or the +1 shield again.
Oh, sorry. What were we discussing?
Oh, I was saying you could pick either good mead or your +1 shield to be functional today.
Oh. I'll continue using the shield. Thank you, Akia.
And Lotus, you got a little hex bug on your mask.
Sure.
Improving your aim.
She'll look at it a bit cross-eyed and be like, it's kind of cute in its own way. I remember my friend Diamante was always interested in these kind of things.
That's got to be a record for number of nat ones in a single session.
No, it's been very, very nat 180.
Been spicy.
So, it is going to be a 5.5-hour journey from Targos to Lonelywood.
We set out first thing in the morning.
Honestly, kid, this early morning shot's got to go.
If you go to bed earlier, this wouldn't be as early in the morning.
You know what? You're not my fucking mum.
Time is relative.
Yeah, and my foot is relative to your ass. Thank you very much.
Now, as you all go to venture out, those of you not trained in perception notice that Gaiman, he has noticeably plump blue lips.
Oh, so now everyone's technically able to see it?
Yes, whereas before it could be mistaken just for maybe the chill of the cold or something along those lines. Now it's that boy got blue lips.
Lotus will see this and say, like, Gaiman, I didn't notice this before, but I love your new look.
What new look?
Oh, Gaiman, there's, you don't need to try to hide it, and she motions to, like, her own lips. It's like, I mean, blue's not really the color I would use for myself, but I think it looks good on you.
Have I got shit on my face or something?
Your lips are blue. Like full on blue.
Whatever. Pull the other one.
I don't think Alicia has girl.
Yeah, that's some fancy pants gear right there.
Alicia will take out their dagger from its sheath, kind of like angle it so that Gaiman can kind of somewhat see a reflection of himself in it.
Sure.
You see?
Do I see?
Yeah, you see your face in the dagger's reflection, in your blue lips.
He'll wipe at it and it's the cold. It's just the cold. That's all it is.
Well, if you feel anything else is changing, do let me know.
What, am I supposed to let you know when I have to take a shit now?
No. I'm sorry. If you don't wish to divulge, that's fine.
Yeah, well, too late. I need to take a shit. If you'll excuse me. And Gaiman is going to go off away from the party a little ways, and he is going to partake in some hag crystal. And I should probably track this on my sheet.
Mm-hmm. And this would be your third usage of the hag crystal.
I'm glad I don't have to do that. It seems terribly inconvenient.
And as you do this hit of hag crystal, give us a Constitution saving throw, please.
Quick question.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm still using push to talk. With the kilo of hag crystal that I bought last session, I think this is the first time I'm dipping into it. How many uses of it did we say was in there? If I'm doing just like a line of it.
Okay, so you would have 30 uses from a kilo.
Okay.
So this would be your first use of the 30. So you've got all the drugs you need, potentially.
Or do I?
I mean, if you ration it out, you probably could last the full campaign.
Maybe, who knows? But I'm now tracking how many times I've used hag crystal and how many bumps of hag crystal I have. All right, and you needed a con save.
Yep. Yeah. I'm so surprised you didn't want to know how they make it.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Gaiman. So, mechanically, the easiest way to represent, this is the first time you've failed. You essentially have the unlucky status for the next 24 hours, which is -1 to all of your stats. And for some reason, you don't feel that same strong euphoria you felt the first 2 times you took the drug. And the itch is gone, but the euphoria did not follow.
What the fuck? Never mind. And after taking a hit of hag crystal, he's gonna head back to the party.
And I guess we're off.
Okay, so the 5.5-hour journey from Targos on the road again. We need country music for this campaign. Absolutely. I already rolled for this, so you do not encounter a blizzard, and you do not have any random monster encounters on the way. but the cold wind does seem to bite harder on some of the members of the party. Gaiman, your Goliath physiology protects you from the cold, but maybe for the first time in your life, your muscles ache, your joints ache at the winter's bite. Lotus, the wind hits against your scales, and you can't help remembering the crash and when it felt like to crawl out onto this alien world as you walk towards Lonely Wood. And let me take us to the alternative map, because I love it. So from Targos, you're heading to Lonely Wood. Now, is the plan that you were going to head immediately for Torg's outdoor market?
Yeah, I think we would discuss that on the way. It's like, what is the plan? I don't believe this will end in anything but violence.
Oh, I imagine so as well. We can at least attempt their unconditional surrender, and that they'll be charged for their protection racket. Like you said, it will most likely end in violence, so we have to be prepared for that outcome. I'm just not sure how to approach this.
Well, I mean, when you say approach this, are you talking? I mean, like talking versus fighting, or like how we fight?
I guess what to bring up to Torga and I believe her associate. The reason for us confronting them. Other than just straight out accusing them, someone within your camp, most likely your associate, could be the Ice Knife Killer. We are going to have to bring you in and see where that gets us. If they refuse, we have evidence from Baron, but we'll see what happens.
I don't believe they will surrender.
Serious question. Why does it have to be a fight? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm all for a brawl. But, I mean, considering the trouble we had with that mimic, and by we, I mean you lot, this might not go so well. So, maybe, and I could just be being dumb here, so tell me if I am. What if we told her we need her help? Find the killer. And that's what we're talking to her.
You know, Gaiman, I think you might have something there.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
But if she is the killer, or is associated with the killer,
Then they'll try.
that would also just let her know that we're on to her.
Would it?
I believe so.
Well, to be completely frank, was speaking with the guards there, assuming that they were associated with the guards of Brynchander, not realizing that they were private security of Torga's. So it's possible they may already know that the Ice Knight Killer is investigated.
I mean, what if you walk up to Torg and you say, we need help finding the ice knife killer. Can you help us? And
We would like
she
to-
just says, guards, kill them. You know? Then they have us surrounded immediately.
Well, if they were going to do that, they could have done it in Bryn Shander, but we could at least lobby it as vast resources, and we would like to utilize them in finding this killer. But yes, if they then decide
To what
that-
ends? To lure them away from their guards?
Well, I mean, if we're trying to, disarm the guards or, take them out of the equation and not make it look obvious, I could do some of the silly shenanigans I've gone up to last time.
that could work. Seems they were quite entertained by, your behavior that day.
Yeah.
I might have an idea. Torgs has a lot of sled dogs, presumably. Maybe we could lead them away. Then all the guards would have to be allocated into fetching them. Perhaps with some sort of rabbit or good smells.
Modus thinks about it for a moment, and she's like, I do have... Oh no, do you think illusion from the silent image spell, do you think that would be enough to distract the dogs, or do you think sense of smell would be too strong for that?
We would need something that could lure the dogs a good distance away. An illusion, I don't believe, would be able to do that. But perhaps we could simply cook a lot of meat upwind of the dogs.
Ooh, yes, we do still have some of that from that mimic.
Maybe enough
The
to
elk.
get them worked up enough to abandon their post.
This is still the elk meat that we... What?
I do not know if mimic meat smells appetizing, but you do have a lot of it.
I mean, some dogs will eat their own shit, so, I mean, who's to say what about appetizing?
You should definitely cook the mimic meat.
Well, I won't get to enjoy the mimic meat if we do that.
In a bonfire. All of it.
But I really won't get a chance to enjoy the meat if we do that.
All of the mimic meat in a bonfire. I will provide the fire. Just throw the mimic meat into the fire. All of it.
I think you're trying to steal my mimic meat. I think you're lying about not wanting to eat things. I think you secretly like the texture and you're trying to fuck with me.
Well, if we don't wish to use the mimic meat, we still have some of the elk one. Maybe we do half and half.
Let me go fuck yourself.
It's just a suggestion.
Yeah, well, I'm the one that killed it. Well, no. I'm the one that harvested it. Yeah. It's my meat.
I assisted, and it was disturbing.
Listen, you find sticky things disturbing, like floors and shit. This was trying to eat me. I'm getting my own back.
This isn't really getting us anywhere. Let's just use the elk meat. I think that will be a good alternative.
That's fine. Got plenty of that.
So, as you all are approaching Lonely Wood, you would see that there is a large camp on the outside of Lonely Wood where the caravan of Torg's Market has parked. And I think this is the perfect time to, in the session, as you look upon the camp and see Torga, I should say, Sefik, her valet, their 8 sled guards, and their many sled dogs frolicking in the snow. And this will give you the week to come up with your dastardly plan to infiltrate Torgs. Oh, and before we end the session, I have to give out some DM inspirations. I want to give out a DM inspiration to Game in the Glaive for a fabulous roleplay in the scene with the Baron. That was amazing. Your kind of insane bad cop led him to divulging his secrets. I want to give a DM inspiration to both Lotus and Alicia for their excellent interrogation, more on the even keel side. And I would like to award another DM inspiration to Akia 13 for their very cool frost mode.
Oh, why, thank you.
Much appreciated to all of y'all for your engagement in the game. Okay, so our next session will be next week, the 27th, and we will go after Torg's traveling market and this ice knife killer. Hypothetically. Who knows if he or she is there?
Or they.
Or they. Or it.
No idea.
Well, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, critiques, ways that we can make the game better, please let me know. Otherwise, I will see you guys next week.
Sounds good.
Yep,
Cool.
sounds good.
Thank you
Cool.
for running.
My pleasure. And guys, if it feels like we're spending so much time in the 10 towns, that's, in my opinion, because the 10 towns are the best part of this. It's the individual and interconnecting role of each town on their setting, and your interaction with those towns kind of builds up the story as we go.
All gotta start from somewhere.
Absolutely. Well, all right, everyone. Well, I hope you guys have a good weekend, and then I will see you guys next Friday. And hopefully, you guys have a few minutes to discuss your plan before the game starts next week.
All right.
All right. Thanks.
Cool. My pleasure. All right, guys. Good night.
Night.
Thank you.
Right.
And thank
All
you
right,
everyone
good
for
game. Good
tuning
night,
in.
everybody.
Catch you guys in the next one.